What's going on, everybody, and welcome back for a new video. Today's video is going to be about how this fusion works. If you already know that, I'm sorry, there's going to be an upload very soon about the new actually canon that's going to be released on this channel. But before that, let's go ahead and talk about this fusion. And for you guys that's wondering how it works and how you build one yourself, this is the right video for you. So to start with, the fusion right here has a double pulse for the power, and basically what that means is that it's gonna fire this right here twice. So it's gonna power the power twice per shot. So that might be a little bit more TNT than you usually use in a raid. But if you really want to use a fusion, there's two different kinds of fusions available for you if you wanted to slap burst at the same time. That is either this one where you double pulse the power, and there is something called a velocity fusion as well. I'm not going to go too much into velocity fusions, but basically you need to be a great distance away from the walls you're actually shooting at before it can actually work. So we're not going to go way too much into that. I might make some velocity fusions, but it is very, very simple to make. But what we're going to do today is to just quickly explain how this works and why this is working at a great distance, and why we would use this one here instead of the velocity fusion. Now I just went ahead and pasted this cannon in. Let's go ahead and see if it works. This right here is the 120 fusion, and it should be working just fine, as you see right there. And that is one hell of a scatter. But anyways, this right here is basically what we're going to figure out how this works. So let's go ahead and move this 20. Let's go ahead and make that inside there. Now, the way this works is basically just like all of the cannons. It has a hammer down, it has the power, it has a slap burst, it has a sand compression. Now, if you want an OOE fusion, meaning order of entity fusion, you will need all the sand to be an entity as sap. That's not the case with this right here. This right here, you only need to double pulse your power. So what exactly is happening here is that when this one here has two shots in it, the first shot that's gonna explode right here as the other one. The first thing that's gonna fire to the wall is of course the slap burst, and it's going to be the sand. So those two things is going to hang at the wall and waiting for the hammer down. The second shot is the hammer down. So the second power here, all this power here for the second shot is just for the hammer down, nothing else. That's why some people like to use fusion nuke, because then you have at least something you can put in there. But it's the extra power here is only for the hammer. So the first shot is the sand and the slap burst. Now while that is there, it is going to fall a bit, meaning that the sand and the the slap burst is going to fall just around one block before the hammer, which is controlled by the second power, is coming in right on top of this and exploding everything down. That way it works, okay? So that way, that is how you stack with it. You're basically just firing something at the wall, then you're gonna wait a few ticks and then fire something else and shoot it down, and that's all gonna work. Now, the way we can make this work is by, of course, you can either choose to have a quick pulse right here, just like I did right here. I like to use it this way right here, especially for cannons I release, basically because that gives you guys a kind of a view on how it works, and you see how the piston is on top here. I did that as well, just so it will make sure that it works. There is different ways to do it, so you can either have two repeaters right next to each other, this one on a full tick, this one on a 0 tick. Quickly do that. Put a sticker piston down, put a sticker piston down there, and then put it like that. You could have done that right here instead of this one over here. You see, that is a lot less redstone, but again, you're gonna have pistons that hide it out, and all in general, people might not understand it, and if you forget that piston, it's all gonna be fucked up. So that's important that everybody knows why I use this. There is better ways to wire it up, like this one over here. I've seen some do this. It is definitely better, but right here you basically see how everything goes. You know, you won't be able to have them right after each other faster than as fast as this over here, basically because I am using a slow normal pulse right here, and I use a quick pulse over here. This right here, it's just giving me, I don't know, it's just kind of way to show you guys what I mean, and it works just fine. There's no problem with it. You can even change it a little bit up if that's really necessary. But the next one here is basically all the same. We are gonna have to wire our hammer down and our slab post differently, because all this here is ticking twice. We don't want to wire that up to the power like we normally do. That will make the hammer tick twice as well. We don't want to do that, so that's why we have this hammer right here and going up right there and just having some ticks on it, and that will make it perfect. Now you could probably have done it like this and wired it here and then have a repeater on one tick. Technically, that should have got rid of the quick pulse, since quick pulse can't go to a repeater on one tick. That's what people are saying. That's how other people did their what is called their fusion with. I just like this one here because I don't really want to get to that place where it might tick the hammer twice in some cases, and in some cases not. You're kind of bound to have a tick on your hammer down like this right here. I don't want to do that. It's too messy. I don't want to do it. I kind of like it clean like this. This is just fine, and it doesn't really fill that much, and just gives me the opportunity to make just the right ticks when to ignite it and stuff like that. Now, the way it works is that the hammer and the slab post is normally ticks. There's no difference if we wire it up here or we wire it up down there. There's no difference. The difference is the pistons. So the TNT, let me grab it. The TNT is gonna stay right there. Now the first power goes off, and then this one pushes out. All right, and then one repeater after, or one full repeater after. This one here is going to push the hammer out. So that way, when the first power explodes, then the slab post is getting pushed out, and then it's going to get fired out. Then the second power is going here, and then this one here is getting pushed out and getting fired. And that way it works. And very simple way to fusion this way. It does cost a lot of TNT, but it's way better than order of entity fusions. And velocity fusions, well, you could probably have used that if you're at the right distance and so on. But that is basically how you fusion. You can use just about any sand compression. It doesn't have to be this one. Let me go ahead and go to the corner here and show you that. So, okay, no, not that corner. So you can put any sand compression into it. Right here we have our one push automatic sand compression, and it is still going. Okay. But this is fully automatic sand compression. That means you have pressed the button, then this here is gonna fire out and make all these walls here disappear real quick, as you see right here. So you can put just about any sand compression to it, if not any sand compression. This right here is again the one push automatic sand comp you can put on it. You can put whatever on it and it will still work. This right here is the same fusion as we used before. So there's no difference at all in which sand compression you can put on it. And of course, that is basically just about it. There's not really much more into the fusion here. If you want to make your own, just make sure you tick the power twice with not too much delay in between those two. And then of course, just regulate the ticks right here for the two pistons right here, and you should basically be good to go. There's not anything else really to explain. Of course, it's not going to have a guider. It's going to be completely flat. And that is basically it. There's not really anything else worth mentioning. Yeah, well, if you discover that the Canon, your fusion is actually clipping when you make your own, that is because there is a too great a distance in between those two, meaning that the sand and the slab post will fall a little bit too far down before the hammer comes in and fire it down. So be aware of that. But I think that will be just about it for this video here, guys. I hope you guys learned something about this video here, and if not, don't worry, there's going to be videos about my new Canon collection or whatever I'm going to release. But as always, guys, remember to like this video here if you liked it, and comment down below if you have any problems, questions, suggestions, anything worth saying. Go ahead and let me know down in the comments, because I'm always reading the comments. It's not always that I'm responding on comments, but most of them I try to do, and I always take suggestions close and always listen to people. So if you want me to do anything, if you want me to release anything, if you want me to do a video on something, no matter what it is, then make sure to comment down below. But never mind, this will be the end of the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Remember to subscribe to my channel. My name is Dexter, and I'm out.